the Heartbreak Kid himself, Shawn Michaels.
Do you think there's anybody better than you were?
I think I was great at what I did, and I think other people were great at what they did as well. Greatness is more a mindset, I think, than anything else.
Mindset, motivation, insight with Chris Van Vliet. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Andre of the Savages.
Let's think about this. I'm glad you brought this up, because even in the first film, what are they doing? Apollo is trying to find somebody to help me get this show off. We're not planning on this dude winning. That's not even in the thing at all. Every now and again, I feel like somebody says, F the program.
Black and White Sports, weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Nick DeLuca. World Cup knockout stage rolls on. Brazil onto the round of 16. Gabriel Martinelli, 96-minute extra time marker, the game winner. It's Brazil's latest goal in regulation time to win a World Cup game ever. 55 minutes will play the winner of the Ivory Coast and Norway in the next round. Legal tampering in the NBA. Warriors forward Draymond Green declining his $27.6 million player option to become a free agent. The move creating flexibility for Golden State to pursue LeBron James in free agency. Team also reportedly targeting Wizards star Anthony Davis. Meanwhile, Heat forward Andrew Wiggins intending to sign a 3-year, $64 million contract to remain in Miami, average 15 points per game in his first full year with the Heat. In the NFL, former Titans and Cardinals running back Chris Johnson revealing he's been diagnosed with ALS.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Tuesday with NBA free agency about to tip off, we ask Adam Schefter which quarterback will be next to sign a big money deal when he joins us at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. It's on Sportsman, like 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngster. Pizza, salad, sub, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now. Toll free. 800-558-5635.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging.
Viagra, $2 a pill. $99 minimum order. Call 800-925-5313.
Big dog, Mr. Dennis Hobson, the NBA champion, all right? Ohio State Buckeye legend, and so on and so forth. Thank you for being on Black and White again, sir.
Man, I appreciate you guys having me, Dre.
Coach headed to Florida Polytechnic University.
But I think the biggest thing is that I get an opportunity to get back on the sidelines, and levels don't mean much to me. I get the opportunity to coach, and I don't care where I'm doing it or who I'm doing it with. It's just that opportunity to educate kids through the game of basketball and just say, hey, man, I'm born and raised in Toledo, and Toledo will always be my roots. Ohio is someplace that I've truly enjoyed and never ever had a problem with it, never had a problem being there. And again, that's the city. Toledo is the city that touched me.
Black and White Sports, weekdays from 4 to 6, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and White Sports is now
trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic. That's
Dr. Dre is a Fed, and so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. Black and white sports.
When you're pursuing your destiny, when you identify with your destiny, you have to be selfish, you have to be maniacal, you have to be uncompromising. And you have to move in a way when it comes to those three things, when you function completely in a way where it's an unwavering faith. Like, it don't matter how up that shit might look. It don't matter how much it feel like it ain't gonna work.
Delusional.
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion. Because it's only delusional until it works. So is it really delusional?
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
It's a gratitude. It's a thank you. Yeah. Testimony. Yep. I really wish I could every inner breath be phony. Nah. We come with the truth. Yep. We kind of act like we in the booth, but nah. We might crack your tooth if you run around with that Dr. Ruth. And this is not sports talk. It's about how you live, talk that walk, and walk. Step down the streets, I come on my show, I talk on these beats, huh? Either way, I bring the heat, and that's why you know Andre Savage elite. Now, yeah, Darcel said that, and that's why she always spitting facts. And what about this? I do not play because I come from the spirit of Enoch Clay, and I'm in the front when I say of the Savages. That's what I want. I want the title. I say I want the mantle because ain't nothing out here God cannot handle. It's never a scandal. Yeah, we Randall and Vandals. What? I'm like Cunningham. I say, what's up, Hightower? Don't give a damn, and we chilling. Yeah, we back. Josh looped it live. That's a fact. Crack. It messed up life. It did all this, and it gave me this strife. And now we just in here. I want everybody to hear clear that we chilling. I'm like in heaven because this is the damn year number 7. What's up? Josh Burnham, what's good, man? First you get the green because you've been in here. What's up, man? Thank you for that. I see that production right there at the end. Good day, one and all. We just want to say early, right away, we appreciate it because Lord, I just want to thank you. Like I said, Josh, what's up, man? Good day to you, bro.
Happy Monday and happy number 7.
True indeed. True indeed. Yep. So that's what I was really trying to do on it today. We're gonna say thank you to them all, everybody. We call it a Made It Here Monday. I hope your weekend was official. Good day to you. Man. For all those who might have just came in first time is wild. That would be wild too. But if it is, in fact, that we do this every day, 4 to 6, or Monday through Friday, 4 to 6. And like I said, that's a blessing in itself. So we come here. It's an anniversary show, as it were. 7 years ago today, on some straight up hey man, let's just go ahead and take a crack at it and see what it is. Hell, I'll be honest with you. I really didn't want to do it. That's why it's so heavy because like it's one of these deals where it's not a lot of times I did what I think God wanted me to do versus what I wanted to do. And I'm pretty certain my life shows that. But this is one of the things that, we did because God said this is what we doing. And why I've continued really to do it, that and the general counsel, because you boys, we gonna lead it off there, because for all intents and purposes, it's like you guys carry the thing because it's a group of people. For everybody like radio people right now, 100.7 heads. Again, thank you, because yes, it's about you. I'm coming back to you because it's a radio show. But these dudes that show up on this Facebook situation, man, every single flipping day, these boys is right in position every time. And we had a couple come through and we blessing those guys. But again, because I know it's a lot of times I can't find it, but I don't have a choice because I can't be there. What if I don't show up? Hightower sitting there. Finney is sitting there right away on deck early. Rick is sitting there. Rick, you're supposed to be sitting in here too today. Rick, if you can get to the studio before 6, get in here and jump on the set. You got the official look. I got you. We'll get you in the gate. But Jones, then when you came in, you know what I'm saying? Jones brought the energy. He put the legacy on it and said, I was in here. I saw you doing what you was doing. And then what's crazy, what's wild, people, I saw a gentleman this weekend. I never met him. And it's not that it's like an uncommon thing, like around town, but I had this gentleman come and say some things to me like, and I don't know if you guys ever been in a spirit sometimes or a certain funk. And, the Lord got to speak to you, and it'll come in if you let it. It'll come through some voices. Sometimes you never expect it. I never met this man before, and at first I thought he was tripping. I thought he was looking at me crazy. And I'm like, what's up with this boy? What's going on? I'm like, oh no, this is not. It's weird, right? But nonetheless, he was trying to just pay respect and how long he's been looking and wanted to tell us what we had been doing. And as a younger man of color to an older man of color and what that means and how his life, because of looking at you and all of this. And I'm knowing I'm coming into this on Monday, man. So it's like, yeah, we're going to do the talk today. Yep. I know there's things happening, but we have to celebrate. We have to just acknowledge, because it's bigger than me, and it's going to be some people coming through here today that also solidify that. They confirm that. You guys confirm it. All 25 people around the world now tuning into it. But like I said, Jones, man, talking to, just seeing it from back. And like I said, this gentleman I met out on the street, and then my cousin coming through and saying what she would say to me today, because then that's the one too that gets you, because you're wondering, is the family, are they proud of it? Are they upset? Are they listening to other people say he's a clown, he's an idiot, he's not, what's up, and all whatever the things that people do. And she blessed it, and she did something that I can't tell her in words, like what she did to my spirit. So when I'm thanking these people today, I want you guys to bear with me, man. We're going to try to run through it at you know what I mean, at the pace we do today. It's the fastest buck 20 in sports. We thank you guys for being here with it. Josh Burnham, once again, I feel like I almost want to start here with you, but no, I have some stuff, but still I'll give you Josh, we call it the preliminary thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a lot of people to thank, but man, I don't know, Josh, that anybody could do what you do. Can I say that just for now and store you? I'm gonna put you over here for a second, right? Because we're here, but I don't think anybody else could do what you do, Josh. I'm gonna just say that's my early part of the, because I don't want to get too tender.
Well,
it's getting too tendery, Josh. It's starting.
Well, thank you for that, and I appreciate it. And I think there might be someone out there, whether it be here in Toledo, Cleveland, Columbus, maybe in the netherworlds of the Dakotas or out on the
Man.
coast that might be kind of like me, but a little better than me because I like to remind myself it's not just
Nah.
I just try to work hard and give it the best I can.
Absolutely. Nah, and that's why I don't I want to disagree. I don't think it's anybody. I say no. We can't they don't exist. They don't exist. So thank you, man. Every day in here with it. But with that, let's get it rolling. Okay, let's get it rolling because these boys been on deck, they've been on standby, and they will be in here a short time, and their time is limited as well. So as we mentioned, again, people, it's a festive day. We're gonna pick it back up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pick it back up around here. So yes, we'll do all of that. Kawhi Leonard, yep, we heard. Yep. Jaylen Brown. I got an angle. So this is a talking point today. Wimbledon starting tomorrow. Malik Beasley further blesses me in my campaign. And then I do have bad news, though. And then the free agency thing, it kind of went south early. Something about Aiden is going to opt in. He might still be on the team, Josh. DeAndre Aiden could still be. See, everything can't be happy.
Yeah, and I also heard, but I'm thinking maybe Marcus Smart might be looking for his way out.
Well, that's okay, though. We're all right with that. That's okay. Marcus Smart, thank you, and I appreciate you. And it's all right if you get on ahead and roll, but it's a DeAndre Aiden continuum, and that's where the disappointment kind of kicks in. But all guests and calls brought to you by Josh. Yep, wake up call line in motion early on. We get these boys in here. Yep, first up, we go to the post with it because this is interesting that we would have this situation at this juncture of life, but we're gonna just say early. A lot I could say here to open it up, but Monty features low post threat. Okay, the edge rusher is in here. And man, since, West End, I feel like it was forming. I said it really turned transitional by Macumber years. It was, it was more stampery, you know what I mean? But West End I don't know, it's blended because I got to shout out my man Toby Mack with that too. Early, early hip hop, early MC comrade in case he hears it. But yes, good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you for being here today, man.
Happy anniversary. This is water, though. We got to find a way to turn it to wine some kind of way. But this is water. Happy anniversary.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see. I had a little graphic, and I couldn't see your cup at first. That's what it is.
It's a red Solo cup, by the way, for the radio audiences.
Absolutely, not a vodka. I'm not really a clear man anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't do it like that. It's definitely dark.
Proceed to party.
Absolutely. With that, let's continue. As we said, wake up call line, man. Let's get him in here doing as he does on time. It's customary. St. Francis Advertising in the building. He is, ladies and gentlemen, the quarterback, the one and only Mr. John Nowajeski. And, oddly enough, didn't meet this guy. I had to leave, an hour away to meet this guy. He was moving around the town the whole time, but nobody really knew anybody at Bowser anyway. So, I never really, you wasn't never gonna be at nothing where all the people kind of
since we're all raising a cup, I'll raise my Ryan Day to all of you guys on the 7th anniversary. So cheers, gentlemen. We're gonna raise the Ryan Day.
Okay.
Andre, there's so much that we could say. I just appreciate playing a small part and you allowing me to play such a small part. And it's truly a blessing, man. And I thank you and you, Josh. And it's when you said it this morning, 7 years, I couldn't believe it. It's truly, truly incredible when you stop and think. And I know you have, and it's just an incredible thing. And that's all I can really, put on it. So thank you. And I hope I can just play a small part in helping. So that's it.
And see, and leave it to him, Josh. And here's the thing. I had a whole thing prepared. He does it. He even in a day like this, he finds a way to steal the hookup. There'll be no thank. No. I'll be the thanker around here, Josh. You see that? Something to cut it off because he throws the momentum off. It's all they changed it now. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like we got to go to a commercial in a way and then start it over and come back so they forget. He stole it. He knew it. He sat in the green room and he plotted. What can I do? He's going
That's
right now.
why
You know what I'm saying?
That's why he's ski, and there's no other else like him.
Yeah, he like Eddie Haskell. You know how Eddie Haskell do, and then act like he didn't do it right, and how you standing there looking crazy. But that's okay, John.
Or Joe the
Watch this.
Isuzu guy.
Watch this. No, but in all honesty, man, I appreciate you, and with that, let me turn to Impress right quick. You tried to steal the doggone hookup. Let's talk about Monty Features, who is the latest addition, really, and Monty having been, around, man, probably the least amount of time in this last year. I say Monty, what, you know what I mean? Probably kind of finishing up last year, I guess, or at the beginning of this year. I feel like you have been here the whole time, you know what I mean, in a way. But let me say this, because like I said, I'm thinking about all you cats, man, coming in here, because I'm like, all right, if these boys show up today, you know what I mean, I do want to be able to make sure that, again, I hopefully put it in the proper context. And with you kind of at this phase of it, I just want to say to you, because here's the thing, everybody, I put Monty in a position that typically you wouldn't do this. And the only reason I thought, let's pretend, what I'm saying, if I were coaching, and I'm never wanting to put my team, my players in a bad position where they can't succeed. Okay, so that's if I'm thinking that, and when I add that there's relationship with this gentleman that goes back in a way that you certainly want to be respectful in the idea that whatever you do, with your guy, that it's always on the up and up in a way that both of you hopefully are going to be more successful or in a better position, especially for getting together. You know what I mean? I think that's what people that call themselves they homeboys, you guys are friends, whatever people do out here, I think it should be that way. My humble opinion. So when it comes to this guy, I think about Monty, and the thing is, I don't know of a lot of people that I can say, man, unquestionably is straight up no punk. And nothing about kind of how Monty, even if I don't agree, whatever, we ain't necessarily saying we love each other's walk of life and how we do it and maybe have it, and as long as we've known each other. But when I say, and this is what I'm thinking about this, Monty, and I'm like, nah, when I say it's no punk, man, and it's a lot of ways that as guys we can do that, not even knowing sometimes we doing it, and then sometimes knowing that we are. And I've seen a lot of demonstrations, people. And so when I'm saying to put this man in a position where not only would I knew he would figure it out, I also know his heart as a competitor, that he was going to find a way to make himself an effective member of the team. So in that respect, I want to salute you, because again, throwing Monty in this, because I had some questions for you. I'm like, I wonder how he feels about this now. I wonder how he feels about how he thought about sports, talking and expressing his opinions in a live format that's time relative and all this stuff, the way he saw it, the way he watches it on TV versus getting into it. And you know what I'm saying? I'll admit, Monty, because it started off, and I know you felt this. We talked about some of it. You know what I mean? I didn't go into it in depth, but it started a little bit slow, and I've watched you take the thing and do it like you've done everything else. That's all I'm trying to get to, and I knew that, and for that, I always want to salute you in any way, just as how, again, how we walk our talk, and I don't know a lot of people that do that. Is what man. So I appreciate that about you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, man. I'm always looking to try to push myself, you know what I mean? And this gave me the perfect opportunity, because it's one thing to like watch sports and internalize it how you internalize it, but then to be able to get your views or express your views in a way where other people get it, even if they don't agree with it, to be able to express it, especially live without, ain't no take backs and stuff like that. So man, I appreciate it. Definitely gave me the opportunity to fine tune some stuff, man. So salute to you.
No, brother, absolutely, man. No, you're doing a hell of a job, man. And again, the feedback is great, man. So again, we thank you. And then, like I said, just to come back to my man John again, you know, John and I, man, we do what we do, man, and you know, we act in our jovial way. But you know, again, this is another guy, man, who when you start talking about what does a stand-up guy look like, how do they walk it, how do they wear it. I love the fact that John and I can always put on display. It's not really about a color thing anyway. We're really, you know, skin tone, John. They can't tell really a lot of times, you know. I don't know, right? But with that and being able to again show in life, it's not what you people are saying it is. About all this difference that it's got to be this and not being able to live your life in an authentic way and be the husbands, be the fathers, you know what I'm saying, be the coaches, be the contributors and so forth, and actually again embody the way that you portray. And again, man, the fact that somebody like you, and I know you get it, John, just like Monty, same thing with you, man. I know you guys get it in the public sometimes with the, man, how could you know, deal with this dude on whatever level it is? I don't know. And it's okay. I'm aware it's fine, but I know you guys get that, and that has never deterred you. And again, John, I know how people in the community look at you, and when you say to them, this is my guy right here, and you stand on that, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, how invaluable that is. I mean, same thing with you, Monty, but again, with us, we grew up, it's what it is. You know, in our community, it's whatever, yo, and whatever, it's whatever. But in John's deal, that's important because we're out here in life pretending like we can't figure out how to get this thing right and still be able to live our lives, see it our way, or learn to see it a different way and keep it pushing and continue to get better, and be at our families' gatherings and birthday things and again, God forbid, family moments that aren't necessarily what we want to be, you know what I mean, experiencing, and being there with you all through all of that, brother, man. Thank you.
Well, no, that's thank you so much for that, Sav. But I will say this before we keep moving on. It hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows with all of us on these 7 years, as you know that. And the one thing I love about this show and you letting me be a part of it is, you just said it, the authenticity of it. And the authenticity of it is something that the people that are on this show, if they continue to be on this show, are strongly authentic. And there's a lot of people running around in this city and in many other places in the country right now that are not authentic. And that's, to me, is the best part of this show. That's why I want to continue. That's why I want to continue to be a part of it, and that you allow me to play a small part. So it's been great, and I just want to keep it rolling with you guys. So this is awesome.
Early, fellas, thank you very much, man. We got the fellas in here. It's going a convoy is in motion today. So, you know, not sure who's going to pop in here, man. We appreciate all these guys, man. Ski in here, Monty in here. We'll be back. Made it here Monday. Sit tight. It's Black and White.
When sports need a voice that doesn't play games, it's Andre of the Savages on Black and White Sports, 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
It's a free, no unusual slowdowns at this time during your Monday commute. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngster. Pizza, salad, sub, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435. Tide Company, Blacktop and C. They're now adding contests for customers in West Ohio. To schedule any any concrete work you need. 419-531-7.
Upgrading to a smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly. Call Vivint now and get free professional installation, $200 off your initial order, and 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Plus, you can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. Upgrade your home to a Vivint smart home. For your free quote, call
800-853-6497. Hold on to what matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
Weather from the Jumai Toyota Weather Center.
Drive away in your new Toyota today at Jumai Toyota. Central Avenue Strip. Right car, right price, right now.
Partly cloudy and muggy tonight, mid-70s. The rest of the week, 13 first alert weather days for the heat and the humidity. Highs each day, mid to upper 90s. That feels like temperature in the triple digits. A couple of storms possible on Friday and more storms into the holiday weekend. From the 13 First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jay Burschbach.
Dream Green, making your space your favorite place.
Ready to sell your car? Visit Tom Cater Auto Sales, where we make selling your vehicle easy and hassle-free. At Tom Cater Auto Sales, we're always looking to expand our inventory with quality pre-owned vehicles. Whether you're looking to trade in or sell outright, Tom offers competitive prices and a straightforward process. Visit us today at the corner of Lasky and Douglas for a quick appraisal. Tom Cater Auto Sales, your trusted partner in buying and selling cars. Visit tomcater.com. That's TomCater.com.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
I did enunciate that correctly, just in case Dr. Patricia Olson could be listening to this, because I know she can see some of this on Facebook, so you just never know. And I would hate to get an inbox from there, but it is a Made It Here Monday, people. For those of you who may have just tuned into this for the first time or something like that, well, this is our 7th year here on the air, live here from Lucas County, Glass City to be specific. It's called Black and White Sports. It's known as the fastest buck 20 in sports. There is no gray here. We often have fancy. We need to get back to that a little bit more. But thank you, one and all, everybody who has allowed us to do it. We understand now there might be like 25 people worldwide checking into it, so we're excited. You know, started with like less than 0.5, so you got to figure getting all the way to 0 at first, then going past that, going off right now. And you know we are, because they have us live around the planet in the Savvy Television app, so download that now in your app stores. But again, we don't have a formal launch for this thing in another point. I got to chill out with that because I'm really torn. But again, the people are saying the thing on the back end says you should keep telling people. So we will. Also, it gives us the power to evade these powers of Facebook and things like that. But you can also plug in. A lot of you know YouTube. That's your thing. So Savvy Television is there. We're live there. But in the meantime, we are still live on Facebook at Black White Sports. And that's important because I mentioned these boys earlier. The General Counsel, man, again, thank you guys as we get back in here. like I said, a lot of days I'm not even sure if I can handle it or the mental space and the capacity. You guys know not to turn this show into a different lane, what have you, but I've been pretty public in certain ways about, some of the struggles in certain ways that I have endured and certainly exhibited personally. And so with that, I'm not kidding when I say I don't know if the bandwidth is right all the time to do it. And I swear to you, man, I can't stress it because I don't, see you gentlemen or what have you on the streets or whatever. If I could, I'm still working on. I think we should have another gathering for you guys. I told you we need them jackets, General Counsel. But these guys that check in for me on this, these Facebook Live broadcasts, and when they can't, they'll figure out another way. Also, too, 1007theticket.com, because you do it like that with the audio, and they're doing it state to state. So you listen live there on the website, boom, pow. But thank you guys, man. Again, that's all I'm here to do today for the most part. Yet we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to move back into the sports framework, if you will. And there are some happenings. We've been seeing it. NBA free agency, everything, it's unloading. We got it. It's unfolding. Okay. And again, especially while I got Monty and Ski on. So as we come back in, thank you to these guys for being here today. John Nowajeski is here. Monty Features is here. Okay. The quarterback and the edge rusher, our low post threat for now. But now, Monty, it's about to be time for you to be the edge rusher again in a minute. So,
I love it.
With that, yeah, man, I have one thing I want to bring in terms of topicory stuff today, but let's ring the bell for our man Anthony Butler. We got to do that because I need to really do another 5 minutes on thanking him and really his family for supporting, everything we've ever done at Savvy Television from the inception of Game Savvy. And when it was time to have people sitting there, when we used to bring the crowd in to have the live audience at the Omni when we shot the first shows, the Butler, Mr. and Mrs. Butler, sitting right up there, rocking with me, swaying with the people, man. We had the bet, so even in that, as we come here, man, this man has rocked with the entire ship the entire way on the whole voyage. And we can't thank you enough, Mr. Butler. It's all that we can do is hope we can put a person in your chair. Okay. And again, man is raising an incredible family, kids, and brilliant children and everything, graduates and all of this other stuff. Man, I watched him do it as a barber, ladies and gentlemen. Mrs. B hasn't done her thing because we've been seeing you do it, But again, as life would have it, and not to be sharing too much of their doggone business, these people have done a hell of a job. And again, as family representatives, because we don't have a lot of it in our country where we celebrate it, I want to celebrate him as well. Thank him. And he is the master barber, ladies and gentlemen. So if you need to take care of your grooming and you need to fix that or get it straight or just get into a new place because you're new to town, make sure you call 419-407-0880. And again, it's always usually great to have a family man with something like that because he cares about what he's doing. All right. With that, Josh, let us move it. We got a couple for him, so that'll take us into some kind of sports work around here today. We got some baseball teams or what have you. So they were busy last night.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
As we ring the bell on this anniversary day, the 7th one, okay? Thank you guys for being with us. And thank you very much, Anthony Butler, the master barber and stylist. Ladies, keep him in mind, 419-407-0880. I think you can call him today, but that might be an appointment move if you do that. So, but you got to plug in for the Tuesday. So do that. All right, here we go. Hens up first, Josh.
Yeah.
Last night, okay. Hens, 6-game win streak over. What? How did we didn't say that? Most of it must have been over the weekend. But they lose finally. My goodness, we could have danced a party with cakes and all kind of confetti. 6 in a row?
Yeah, I mean,
is what we were on.
We won with we won the series finale against Rochester and the first 5 against the Worcester Red Sox.
What does that say about you, Red Sox? Wow. But hey, any way it can get done. Okay, well, it all ended. So I'm moving on.
We'll just start
To
a
the
new win
majors.
streak.
Yes, and to the majors.
To the major leagues and your Detroit Tigers.
Ski, I should ask you. I don't want to get into a full, array of conversations where the Tigers are concerned, but anyway, there's a real conversation here, though. I'm just not sure exactly which one to have about these guys. But anyway, just for mention's sake, everybody, they collapsed in extras, 7-5 to the Stros. That was for the Gamblers. I know that because I'm almost certain now. Again, I think I was able to skirt this, but I see what happened, especially because it should not have ended with a 2-run win. But sorry, Josh, go ahead. Say what you're gonna
Yeah. Hanley Jansen, I think he's washed because he's the one that took the loss. He's 1-4 with the 5.31 ERA. Took the loss for the Tigers as Hader got the win in relief. He's 2-0. So Tigers are now 14 below 500. And the funny thing is, there's still outside chance for the playoffs because the rest of the American League is,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what conversation to have because it sounds silly. We start talking about it. Anytime you talk about a team that's 14 games out, you know what I mean? You sound silly to yourself. All right, let's roll. And
Guardians, happy days.
as they messed up my entire situation, now that I think about it. Oh, hold on, Ski and Monty. Wait a minute. Now that I'm thinking, Josh, this was the whole thing. These guys blew up the situation. They couldn't just go ahead and lose. They did rally for 5 runs in the 8th just to beat Sav. I swear to you, like when we come back from the break, I'm going to try to find this while I'm not going to take too much time off what we're doing here to find it, but I'll get a chance before you guys go, and I will share with you exactly what was on the ticket. And I really don't want to tell this to Monty because maybe I should. It'll deter him, and he will stop ever doing anything else with a doggone gambling ticket after I tell you share this horror of heartache that went off yesterday at the hands of the Guardians. Sorry, Josh, that wasn't part of the script right there. But yeah, this is what happened with these bums.
And speaking of horror shows, the Reds, they came close for a sweep, but they couldn't do the job.
Yeah, that's fine. That's all right. I didn't really fool with these cats at all anyway. 9-4, the final there, okay, with the Pirates. But, yeah, man, this whole situation, I'm telling you, this is like, it can be unsettling when you start, this does make you say, all right, man, you need to just kind of chill out with all of this and just leave it alone. Like, it's about time to stop. Because I had a variety, gentlemen. Here's the thing. Are we back on? Josh, pull us back on real quick before we get moving here. We got Monty in here. We got Ski in here. We on anniversary day 7. We do a lot with the wagering around here, people, in case, again, this is your first incarnation of what we do. But, gentlemen, we had a 25-leg parlay last
Ouch.
night. Did you hear what I said when I tell you the Guardians getting a 5-run 8th inning? That was almost the last one I thought would flake out. Was that because I'm like, Cleveland is losing. Really, Seattle, it was a hot pick not to pick the Guardians, not because Andy's been telling us not to really do it, but it wasn't. Not yesterday.
You got a lot of Malik Beasleys running around here at different uniforms.
Hey, but look, yeah, we're going to get to him real quick in a minute because I got a couple of things before you guys get out of here today. We are going to actually do some work around here. Thank you guys for being with us. Black and White Sports on this 7th anniversary Monday, people. So look, let me just run this off. I'm going to try to run this real quick to you guys and just understand everything I'm about to say is picks that hit. All these plays hit. Now I need Hightower, Ski, Jones, again, Monty, because he's kind of new to the situation. You might want to get your stomach. Some of the people that know me well hearing it, Rick, when you hear this is rough. But this is a day to cleanse these things. This is a good day to bring this to you. Here we go. First, we're going to start with, this is me trying not to win money here, because here I have hit a plus 820 money line with this. Meaning, guys, if I had only simply put $10 on this, I'd have 82 to gloat about right here. the W game yesterday. Dallas and who the hell was that? And Minnesota. My girl, Minnesota, again, the eventual champs, by the way. Remember, Nafisa Collier is not playing with this team yet. But with that said, Paige Beckers, 4 assists. Miles, 4 assists. Courtney Williams, 2 assists. Jessica Shepard, 8 rebounds. Natasha Howard, 4 rebounds. Olivia Miles, this doesn't necessarily mean these people had these. They went over this amount that I'm giving you. Olivia Miles, 1-3. Nia Coffey, 1-3. Enrique Mbumawale, 1-3. Paige Beckers, 1-3. AZ Fudd, 1-3. Kayla McBride, 10 points. Natasha Howard, 10 points. Olivia Miles, 15 points. Paige Beckers, 10 points. Minnesota Lynx, +5. I even flipped the doggone line around because Minnesota was supposed to be winning the game anyway, and we gave them 5. Now let's move to the major leagues. Here we have the Pittsburgh Pirates. They win 9-4. Thank you, Josh. Texas Rangers win 3-2 over Toronto. The Washington Nationals, we gave them +3 because we were worried about trusting these bums anyway, because whenever I bet against Josh's boys, the Baltimore Orioles, they usually jam up my entire campaign. So we put 3.5 with the Nationals. They won 6-4. Tampa Bay Rays, they won 5-1 over the Diamondbacks. Then we have, let's see, we're still in the baseball frame. No. We're out of the baseball frame because we're not going to come back to the fall. Let's now get World Cupping around here. Then we said Canada qualifies for next round. They win 1-0. Then you get the Brazilian effort last night. They qualified for the second round. Brazil, 2-1 win. Just completed that. This would have capped it off. This is another one, ladies and gentlemen, that, again, would have confirmed the winning of today. And then last night, the ladies, Washington Mystics, you all saw that. How many overtimes did they play? 4 or something like that. They were trying to get me the win. Washington Mystics, I will always love you. They won 124-123. And the Valkyries, who smacked the Liberty only because the Liberty were tired as hell. They've been on the road for damn near 2 weeks, and it was time to catch a flight home. They said, to hell with these broads, we're out of here. And they left you in the second half. And so 76-67 was your final. All of that happened, gentlemen. And guess what ruined that? The Cleveland Guardians decide they want to have a 5-run 8th inning, and they are bum nation at best. Why would you even exhibit such an effort? To do what? Where are you going to take that? Are you going to end up somehow in the postseason? Hell no, you won't. What will this have been for? Why did you do that to me? 24 out of 25, gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's time to stop this.
Yeah, I'll be on my way to Cleveland to talk to some people.
And we already know that the Guardians are, again, with the flukeries. You know what I mean? That's already, but yeah. Yes, indeed, gentlemen. So there you go. Okay. Listen, Josh, last break, when we come back, we will actually talk about some stuff. Monty's here. John is here. Listen, I want to talk about, again, like you said, John, Malik Beasley. Thank you for that. But I had a Jaylen Brown angle for you guys, and maybe this is why he's having perhaps what we might consider image issues, NBA-wise, and perhaps if we say the Boston Celtics could perhaps not necessarily love what he represents. And
Hey, Saf, I got to roll, bro.
Sit tight. Final time in the first hour, year number 7, hour number 1.
Join Andre of the Savages weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now. Traffic.
It's a free, no unusual slowdowns at this time during your Monday commute. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now. Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Capital One Bank. What's in your wallet? Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. And most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngster. Pizza, salad, sub, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
Attention America. Reports are coming in that freedom level.
To severely active ulcerative colitis, serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more, or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Hi, it's Craig Dunn from Dunn Chevrolet. We are proud to be the major sponsor of the All-American 250 with some great prizes. At Dunn, we believe Chevrolet is the heartbeat of America, and we are celebrating 250 years of this great country and the vehicles that keep it moving. From hardworking Silverados to any size SUV you need, we're here to help you find the right vehicle at the right price. Find yours at DunnChevy.com. Together, let's drive. That's an all-American Dunn deal.
Black and white sports.
When you get by yourself, that's the real game. That's a fact. That's real life right there. By yourself. Life ain't with you when you with everybody else. When you by yourself, that's when real life kick in, because now it's just you and your brain and the Lord, and You know, that's how you could tell a real person is when they by themselves.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
As we continue this thing, it is year number 7 around here, everyone. So thank you all for being involved with this particular offering of Black and White Sports. 100.7 is ESPN here in the Glass City. I am Andre of the Savages. My man Josh Burnham alongside, as always, live here in the studio on the South Glass City campus here of Cumulus Media. And my man John Nowajeski is with us as well. Shout out to my man Monty Features, who did have to dip, and he told me that too. So my bad too, Impressed, in case you still tuned in, or if you do hear it, that one's on me, because he did tell us he has a movie night, but we shouting that out right quick while we can. Matter of fact, these guys do this, and we talk about this all the time, man. You know, in premiere screenings. I hope I said it right, Impressed. If I didn't, make sure you text it to me. Let me get it right, and the people can hit the website, what have you. And if they want to set this up, if they want to do it, I know it's even private party type of situations too. I know the kids love this kind of thing. But they do it in the parks around the city, and we've talked about that a few times. But it's great to hear that they're getting out here and expanding, talking about showing up in Swanton. I love that. So shout out to that every time. It's very ironic that Monty would be going to Swanton today. That is crazy. But Ski, he's back in here, man. So I appreciate you hanging with me until the end of the hour here. It kind of changes my direction too, John, because I wanted, and I want to get your opinion anyway, but I wanted to hear both of you guys, because I would have been able to get the counterbalance. You know, you get a perspective, somebody of color, and you get somebody who's not of color, and how you see this possibility or the angle here, because it does seem funny. And let me ask you this, and maybe I'm just tripping for even maybe thinking this at all, but it's been my perception that there has been a certain air on how our guy Jaylen Brown is sort of seen and maybe perceived in general, Ski, even though he's a guy that hasn't really had much infractions. You know, he's not a troublemaker on really or off the court. You know, not really a malcontent, something you can point to where people say when you see him or when you hear his name, that there's ever really usually, you know, in any impropriety there that would make at least a public perception that even if it was misconstrued, that could get out. But he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I had never heard anything, but I feel like there's still a way. They don't see him like they see Jason Tatum, for instance. And since we always talk about him and Tatum, we always talk about the Celtic thing, and you know, there are other conversations along those lines all to themselves. But just to that extent, right? They see this guy differently. Have you ever seen that? Because before I even get into this, I just want to make sure, because I feel like he's seen in a sort of I don't even know if it's adverse. It's just maybe converse way, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of different ways that different people are viewing him, Sav, and it's because, you know, ever since he's come into the league or come in, you know, to link with Boston, he's been linked with Tatum. And he's always going to be misunderstood, because when you have two great players playing together, kind of jockeying for position on the team and who's the leader, who's not the leader, you just never know what's what. Only the guys in the locker room know that. And there's been, throughout the history of this league, there's been great players that have been playing together, and one of them has been misunderstood one way or another, right? What gets me about Jaylen Brown's situation is I know he's a great player. I know he's an MVP type caliber player, but there's always a small fraction. I've said this on this show. He should be linked to Tatum. Him and Tatum should stick together, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think he is the alpha number one type of mindset. Give him a team that he'll lead that team. And I don't want people to misunderstand me. There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. And so misunderstood, probably. And he wants to prove that. But one could say he had the opportunity while Tatum was out, and he wasn't able to do that, in my opinion.
No, I got you talking to John Noah Jeske. And again, Ski, now there, and I appreciate you laying that down like that because that's key. And before we end this, Josh, how long is the clip?
1 minute.
Okay, let me play because here's the thing. I'm thinking we have more of a situation where here's a guy, and I might push back on the leadership qualities, the mentality, okay? It just may be abrasive to the wrong agendas. And listen to this real quick. This was a clip. This was on somewhere on an Instagram hookup or something like that, where it was more about, it's a much bigger picture sort of thing here. But I want you to hear this. When I got an athlete that might be thinking this way, I call this an extreme necessary leadership. And I had not known that this was Jaylen Brown's intent, and it changed everything for me. Get this.
You got one of the biggest, deals in NBA history, and you did something unprecedented after that. You announced that you would utilize your platform to create Black Wall Street again, which is something that most people would never do. Let's be honest. Might not like what I say next. Most people, they'll get them a house, get them a white girl, and they go off into the sunset. This is the normal blueprint. What made you take what I think should be the normal route?
I refuse to adopt the idea that me being an athlete, I'm just here to entertain. They want our athletes, our musicians, our entertainers, our people of influence to think that we just here for entertainment purposes. And I'm gonna forever disagree with that. Some of these young people that's coming up now got God-given abilities that you can't even hide. This is not meant for entertainment. This is meant for influence. So like when they talk about like why I went up there and said what I said or did what I did, or why I'm gonna allocate my funds to this, because being a part of a community and seeing some of the problems, seeing some of the things that people of color have suffered and through institutionalized racism.
So with that, as we wrap the first hour, Jaylen Brown, if in fact this is the mindset or this is the intention with your place in all things, Ski, he's a real problem to a lot of people. And I wanted you to get that and know that, because we're going to watch this thing unfold from here. Where does he end up? Because they probably are going to move him. You really can't be thinking that and thinking you're going to live in upper New England in the greater, upper East Coast like that too. Probably not going to really get that moving like that. And this is going to be very interesting. So when you guys talk about where could he end up, and somebody mentioned that Atlanta thing, that gives me reason to believe somebody may find an avenue for him to land on the Hawks, for instance. Oh, and by the way, Rick threw it out here too. Appreciate you, Rick. Slipped in the story. Check. Looks like we got Ja Morant. So we'll come back, confirm that, hour number 2. And I may pick up some of this. We will pick up this conversation too. I needed to just get it in for the first hour because I know we rapping. I know you got to roll, brother. Listen, again, I just thank you. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Pounds, man.
You got it.
And again, brothers hugs and all the rest of that, man. I just thank you. We're going to come back at it, man. All right? And hopefully you can be here tomorrow. If you can't, though, we'll get at it later this week, man. John Noah Jeske, everybody. He's
Thanks,
the
guys.
quarterback. Thank you very much, sir. All right? We're going to roll up against it, okay? Like I said, Jaylen Brown, for my money, leadership qualities that we might need. I'm asking a lot of the Black leadership to do that. So we'll have more conversation there, but we'll have more conversation in the thank you department. Russ Helpman coming up here in the second hour. Big dog around here. His story is very serious when it comes to black and white sports. 7th anniversary, everybody. We'll see you at 5:05. Be in attendance, okay? Josh is needing a break right now before he cuts me off. All right, we'll be back, 5:05.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus Media
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision, calamity, catastrophe. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. That's why you got to call the number on your screen now. They'll help you connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid. Pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth.
800-370-5435. Maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation. Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now.
800-580-6475.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and
choice, especially with your driveway or parking lot. If it needs repairs, get a second opinion, unless you've already talked to Genite. If you have, you're on your way to a smooth, brand new surface installed by the paving pros of Northwest Ohio. For over 60 years, Genite has been the trusted leader in paving and sealing. Choose Genite, and you've made the right choice. Call 419-531-1791. The Genite Company, the paving pros.
Head to Mancino's Pizza and Grinders in Holland. From golden baked pizzas to our famous oven toasted grinders, stacked high with meats, cheese, and crisp toppings, every bite hits the spot. Mancino's Pizza and Grinders in Holland is perfect for lunch, dinner, or game day. Fast, friendly, and always satisfying.
One moment, one crash, one injury. It can take away everything. KNR helps Ohio families through their hardest moments, standing strong when it matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
It's finally here, the holiday weekend and the 250th anniversary, Glass City, Northwest Ohio. So make sure you enjoy it in a safe and respectable manner. And you might have streaming needs or things. You could be entertaining at your home, hosting, running several devices and doing what you do. And the entire niece and nephew clan could be there this weekend gaming and such. So you have to have everything up to par. So this is why you would want a 600 megabit per second situation with respect to your internet. I need you to think about Rocket Internet right now, because they are offering you 600 megabits per second for only $9.99 per month, or 1 gig for only $19.99 per month. You see, the biggest name isn't always the best deal, everybody. So on this holiday weekend, keep in mind that both plans include Wi-Fi equipment, unlimited data, no contract, and a 3-year price guarantee. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET to check availability and sign up. Rocket Internet is a prepaid internet service. Professional installation is required and a one-time activation fee applies. Offer subject to change and may be canceled without notice. Visit GetRocketInternet.com or call 5673-ROCKET for full details. Okay, Josh, open up with the original, please. Go back to year one.
You work so hard. Yeah, it don't matter, because I was nobody before. Don't say that. Come on, Adrian, it's true. I was nobody. That don't matter either, you know? Because I was thinking, it really don't matter if I lose this fight. It really don't matter if this guy opens my head again. All I want to do is go the distance. Nobody's ever gone the distance. And if I can go that distance, seeing that bell rings and I'm still standing, for the first time in my life, see, that I ain't just another bum from the neighborhood.
Certainly, the entire staff and administration, all of our people who, again, really allow these codes to work at this gate for sure. But salespeople, everybody, thank you very much. And again, this gentleman over here, before I get to my next guest, that's where it's going to crank up. But let me come back to my man, the Bizzle Sizzle. What's up, Josh Burnham? Thank you very much, man. 7 years, and it's incredible, man. No, serious. Matter of fact, too, Josh, hold on before you even let me get this said to you because it'll be over. This is hour number 2 we're getting into, and this thing will be done before we even blink. Thank you again to John Nowajeski, of course, and Monty Features rocking the first hour. All right. But Josh, seriously, man, because I know, and I said it on the other thing, I know I posted something this morning, but in all seriousness, JB, I know it's difficult sometimes, man, because again, like we said, you mentioned earlier how you try to give a certain level of effort, and you know how we are. We talk about these things, and sometimes, those energies, they've erupted, Josh, and it can be very frustrating. Like I said, dealing with me and the expectation, man, that I can put out there and all of that stuff, and that whole thing about, Josh, we got to do it the way we plan to be. And where is it that we're trying to end up? Not where we are and all that other stuff, man. And a lot of people can't deal with that. And I know you want to walk out of here and F this ridiculous show and all of this. I don't have to do it, but you do it and you show up every day. And I appreciate you, man. I love you for that. No matter what happens, like I said, they're going to have to con me out of having you on it if anything goes off. You would be the one to say, I just don't want to do that. But it'll never be that, as far as I'm concerned. So let that be known on the airwaves. Like I said, Josh, a lot of people can't do what you do. And so thank you, man. These are the days, because I don't say it, Josh. It's more, you hear all the, how they do. I'm like Parcells. We don't hear it. So let me say that. Let's have our little tenderness. Yeah. There you go.
And I'd like to say that it's been a wonderful, wonderful, interesting, and exciting ride being a part of this Black and White family. I mean, we have our days. I mean, we have our good days, we have our bad days, we have our days in between, but we always, like true professionals, you're a true professional, as I would say, get this show on the road, have it to the standards you expect, and our fans expect it. We expect nothing but the best.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you, man, for making sure we have that. With that said, let's continue. This is the second hour. Thank you guys for being with us. Black and White Sports, 100.7 FM in the Glass City, Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan. Thank you as always. But let's move it back as we roll the time machine. And those of you who are here or who have been here, this will be no surprise. Matter of fact, recently we had to talk to him, as all guests and calls are brought to you by Wake Up Call Line in full motion. We always like this, man, straight live from the 513, okay? And every time I get a chance to say this, I take the opportunity to do so. This next young man, I might say, is what I would consider one of the reasons that I'm always proud to kind of be involved in what I do, as frustrating as it can become sometimes and how my bandwidth can get short. It's people like this next man who make it legitimate, who make it valid, and who certainly confirm that it's official. His name, ladies and gentlemen, is Russ Heltman, all right? And for a couple of years, Russ was in like Josh's spot. And then even when he left out of the physical presence in Ohio, and Josh even helped me walk back through this, Russ was rocking with us even from Cincinnati, in his early transition when he could have said, the hell with that and F that damn show, Saf. Thank you, but no thanks. I'm good, man. And Russ rolled with me, and Russ certainly cultivated a craft and a development that you almost can never prepare for. But I just feel confident and feel like this dude is a rock star. This is a bad boy right here. And you're going to have to be on your game with this guy around every day. And it was a joy. It was a pleasure all the time, every damn time. And Russ, I'm always proud, man, just to watch you doing what you do. And I hope somewhere I'll be in your story one day as somebody who was not a gatekeeper, man. It was hopefully opening up avenues for you to go ahead and flourish, man, which is what you're doing. So congratulations on everything you're doing now, brother. I should let you tell him, but he's a bad boy, people. It's Russ Heltman. Thank you, sir.
Oh, very gracious introduction. Thank you, Sav, and congrats on 7 years. It's kind of crazy. I didn't even think about it being that long. Got a year for every day of the week. But it was an awesome time doing the show with everybody throughout the opening few years of everything with Black and White Sports Radio, and especially doing it down in Cincinnati and just co-hosting with you. It was fun. A lot of great reps, a lot of great experience, and I love every chapter of my journey. That will definitely be like people in media. They'll do the memoirs. They'll do I'm reading the Mel Brooks autobiography right now, all about me. Great autobiography. If I got to recommend one to everybody.
Yes, sir.
But
yeah.
like they just do different chapters for sections of their years. If I did one on my career, boom, there would be a chapter on Toledo and ESPN and the whole ticket family over there. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh man, thank you, brother. No, it was certainly again a benefit to all of us to have had you here, no question. And again, that's funny you say Mel Brooks. See, this is why Russ is twisted. It's a different level. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a young cat. Russ is an old soul guy. People, that's what I'm saying. For him to even be plugged in to know, to be reading Mel Brooks, anything, and sort of going to the lab. So then I know you obviously know a lot of material, but that's
Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, the whole nine. You gotta love the Mel Brooks catalog.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Good stuff.
Yeah. He's official, man. But Russ, no, it's always a pleasure, man. Listen, let me do this because I'm actually going to try to do a little bit of serious work around here today. Let me sort of bring you in here, second hour, people, as we do have a few stories going on. First of all, let me get your reaction because the Ja Morant news is breaking, the people reacting to that. So might as well get you to sort of jump that off around here and your thoughts about that. And, you know, the fact that I don't think it's shocking that there was a move. But I guess, what are your thoughts when you think about Portland? What maybe do you think the vision is here? Because you got to feel like maybe this is a first move to some others, or do you think it's a necessary addition maybe to what we saw was a little bit to work with there, you know, in that Portland group, man, who finished a lot better than people expected.
No doubt, and stuff going on with their owner Tom Dundon that's interesting. He did just win the NHL Stanley Cup with the Hurricanes, so maybe being cheap, cutting corners, will end up working in the NBA. Interesting move. Seems like maybe a distressed asset, buy low move for sure. What was the exact package? It was Jeremy Grant and the two other pieces. Did the Grizzlies have to attach a pick to the package to get off of Ja Morant?
Yeah, let me look it up. I got
you right here, Josh.
Let's see the package real quick. But overall, for the Trailblazers, I just think it's interesting to do that while you still have Scoot Henderson there, who looked like he was rising up a little bit. Obviously, Drew Holiday's on the back end. He's not really part of the long-term plans, but it seems just like a distressed asset, kind of buy low situation on Ja Morant, and you just it's kind of like the scene in The Dark Knight where you throw the broken pool sticks down between him and Scoot Henderson, and you say, who's going to be the top dog here in the Pacific Northwest?
Let's see. The Grizzlies have now traded all three of their former franchise cornerstones, Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson, since being swept by the Thunder in the first round of the 25 playoffs. Once considered one of the league's most talented young cores, the Grizzlies ended up winning just one series and 4 playoff appearances with that trio on the roster. Let me see. So you got Ja Morant to Portland, Jeremy Grant, like you said, and Chris Murray. And yeah, I think that's all.
And it's gone. They didn't have to attach a pick. Interesting. I think that's a pretty good deal for the Grizzlies. I mean, the fact they didn't have to attach any draft assets to a player like Ja Morant, who's been as battled as he has, and it's been years since he's been a really good bona fide player in the NBA, especially with the contract that he has. So
right.
I think overall that's a good deal for the Grizzlies. You get something back in return for Ja Morant. You get a professional kind of baseline scorer in Jeremy Grant, who's going to help solidify the offense a little bit during Cam Boozer's rookie year. And it's obviously it's just Cam Boozer time. It's young guy time in Memphis, who they have some decent young talent in there, especially in the backcourt. So we'll see what they're able to do with Ja Morant gone. But I would not have done that if I were the Trailblazers. There's no way I would have taken nothing back besides Ja Morant. And I guess they only had to give up Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray and what was an overall just giant contract swap. But that's just, Ja Morant's not a player I would really want to get invested with.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear his name pop up, you know what I mean, almost at all in a certain sense. I figured, something would go off, but like you said, I'm just not sure what it is Portland is intending to do there. But hey, you never know. Again, attitude adjustments for people, situations like this, right. A rewriting of scripts, we'll give it an opportunity here, but I don't know. I mean, Ja Morant was he was a next level knucklehead to a certain degree. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure what the reform looks like of that, but we'll see what that is, and it's in motion. How about this? Ex-NBA players, Malik Beasley, Ed Davis, Russ. It would be ironic you pop up here on this day, and now I have this.
Would be a topic when I got
it. But I couldn't write. I didn't plan it. I'm like, this stuff falls in my lap. And I don't do much with it other than I do this little smirk with the people because I was trying to say this and set all this up years in advance. And I don't understand why people would ever think this type of epidemic isn't completely beyond, viral sickness throughout everything at this point. Because I had a separate question. I was still going to get at you just about sort of the conclusion and where we are with Sorsby and sort of the league saying what I think is, and I want to get to a smoke screen, Russ, but let me have you deal with this first. Beasley, Ed Davis, what do we make of this?
Not good. Not good at all. It's not good. It's real bad. Seems pretty cut and dry, too, from all the court documents that I've seen, and especially tying in the dated time-stamped messages with celebrating different wagers that have won with exact games, and you can put clips at the end of games together with those dates, and it's pretty easy to tell what's going on here. I don't think Malik Beasley is going to be playing NBA basketball or professional basketball for that matter, or really in public life for that matter anytime soon. Maybe the rest of this decade, given how incriminating this stuff is and how long he could allegedly go away for. But the fact that, you can literally tie in. I saw a clip earlier today of him sprinting down the court in a 119-110 game with the spread at 7.5 points to go get a bucket at the end of the game for his team to cover in a pretty obvious situation where he was not shaving points there, adding points there to affect a wager when, it's a pretty well unwritten rule. Less than 5 seconds left in the game, you're down by 10. Like, you're not going to go down the court to try to score. So,
but see,
that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I don't think, like Sav, that there's a widespread epidemic of players doing this because there's so much money that you're losing out on when this stuff eventually gets found out. Malik Beasley, perfect example. Last year, forewent a 3-year, $42 million offer from the Detroit Pistons, right in the backyard of Toledo, right there on the table. A player who would have directly impacted the Detroit Pistons season, would have directly positively impacted their season. I think would have been a way better addition, would have way more bigger impact than Duncan Robinson would have been in that same spot, which they had to pivot to when Malik Beasley's issues started arising. Thankfully for the Pistons, they got that for their sake happening in time for them to make a pivot, but 3 years, $42 million. I hope it was worth it, Malik. Hope it was worth it.
Well, see, and this is the thing, talking to Russ Heltman here and these things that have popped up, these salacious moments here for the NBA. But would you at least say, Russ, I can just go with the identity of the underbelly of things, and you almost never know what type of player. You don't necessarily I don't think we have too much concern with guys who are really at the top, because there are levels to these things. And I think what Russ says becomes more evident and a lot more valid to guys with respect to when you're sizing up what is my considerable loss, even if you for some reason had this inclination that you want to go down this dark street. But there's another underbelly of guys who aren't, Russ. And I think a lot of times it can be fancied as ways to be, should I say, hustle oriented. And some of these people are character foundationally based in a mindset that would certainly gear you toward said concepts. That's all. I'm trying to find a very clean way to suggest that, like I said, Russ, there's an underbelly there. And I know you're like, well, why is there? Because you don't know who's attached to it, Russ. It's an information thing. You know this, at least with the seediest of seedy, when these guys are moving the type of money that would make people raise an eyebrow on, well, okay, I can see that kind of makes sense at the levels this can go to. Maybe that's not Malik Beasley in this instance, and maybe it's not my man Rozier, but I can't say that it isn't, and the extent of that. So that's all. But thank you, Russ, because they needed to hear you say that.
Can you guys hear me? I can't.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we still got you. Yeah, we can hear you clear. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can't hear you.
He said he can't hear us, Josh.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Hold on. Let's see.
Stretch it out. About Malik Beasley.
Let's see. Are you getting us now, Russ? 1, 2. Russ, help me. Can you hear us? Anybody? Even in year 7 on the technicals? Anything? He's not reacting. Let's break real quick and come back and see if we can fix it, man. With Russ Heltman, man, chilling on the 7th anniversary, we would have to have it. It was so great, Josh. It was rolling around just fine.
Yeah, what a shame.
Join Andre of the Savages weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
York, it's just what you're looking for.
Celebrate our 45th anniversary with us at York Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. We're partnering with Ronald McDonald House Charities, plus offering you incredible anniversary deals. New 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn. Lease for just $379 a month for 39 months for everyone during the Make This the Summer event. Plus a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. York Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.com. 1995 due at signing with approved credit. Excludes tax, tag, title, and fees. No security deposit. Expires 6/30/26.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis,
It's a speed on the track, bitch.
We are proud to be the major sponsor of the All-American 250 with some great prizes. At Dunn, we believe Chevrolet is the heartbeat of America, and we are celebrating 250 years of this great country and the vehicles that keep it moving. From hardworking Silverados to any size SUV you need, we're here to help you find the right vehicle at the right price. Find yours at DunnChevy.com. Together, let's drive. That's an all-American done deal.
For an array of classic and creative pizzas, visit Pizza Cat. Now with 2 locations in Toledo, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. You can build your pizza as weird as you want it. To place an order and earn perks towards future orders, go to pizzacat.com. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza. This is Black and White Sports on 100.7 The Ticket.
All right, back in here, we got it together. We got the connectors and the connectors in motion. We got our man Russ Heltman is here. We are in on the 7th anniversary of Black and White Sports. Thank you all for being with us on this, what we would consider a festive day here. We made it here Monday is also what's going on. So we've had our boys in here today, man. Ski was here. Monty was here in the first hour. Russ Heltman live from the 513 as we continue. Hold on, but Russ, in the break, wait. So wait, Russ, I'm looking at the video. I hadn't seen what you were just talking about. Russ and I were just talking about this Malik Beasley, everybody, with him and Ed Davis, and our latest additions to what I was describing, Russ. I still would tell you there's an underbelly here through the league. Maybe not our guys at the top, Russ, that do have a lot to lose, as you suggested, but our man Beasley and guys like this, in the sense that there's a hustle there and a lot of attachment to it, Russ, and we're giving out information, and the people who are moving large sums and where it really makes an impact with all of this sort of just projection on all of this, whether however the people feel about gambling or not, its presence and the idea that this stuff is going on, we still have to acknowledge it at least on a legitimate and congruent level. Now, how do people want to dissect that and where you apply it and how much you want to, allow it to affect your overall perceptions, I don't know, Russ. Maybe I'll stop doing that. I need to stop being so inferency in my, my approach here. I'll give you that. But when this fool is on here, this is the stuff I tell him about. I just saw the little free throw when the damn Timberwolves people, it was 119, 110. And this fool sprinted, like you said, he shot down the court. I mean, like, none of the other people were moving.
The guys were like, what is happening? They're like, what is he doing? They're like staring at him. They're like, is this a rookie?
They were, though. That's what I'm saying. They cut the
two-way contract guy? What is he doing?
They cut the Kawhi Leonard, dude. They was all, he looked like, so I love that part. So at least that lets me know that, again, Russ, all I'm saying is, like, on some level, guys, I don't know how this is played, man. We'll never find. This has been going on too long, too elaborate. That's why I just say forget griping about that part. Just figure out your best bet and just put this thing with the grain of salt that's necessary here or there. But trust me, a lot of the times it still matters who can play, Russ. I don't mean to ever say that because we still do that around here. If people can play, we can play. And we like, you know what I mean? We still like that. But boy, oh my gosh, stuff like that. Josh, we need to post this because this has to be on the wall. We have to have it.
Yeah, I mean, still with him throwing it all away, what a waste.
You blew it. You had it all and you blew it. The thing is, though, like what Russ was saying, it could be a whole nother avenue, Russ. He might be running him, other people. We connected because, again, they're not going to get us.
And apparently there's rumors he's a big airplane gambling guy on the team plane, losing big money that way. So, it's like it could be an addiction thing that leads you down this path, and a similar thing to Brendan Sorsby that we've talked about over the past couple months on this show. So, you never know what's going on in somebody's life, but yeah, like Josh said, it's just sad, especially close to Toledo. A lot of Pistons fans would love to see Malik Beasley, especially that first season in Detroit, how exciting that was.
Right.
And just to throw it all away for this is pretty big waste, especially with how easily they can point all this stuff out. That's the biggest reason I don't see it being a widespread issue, is because it's so easy, especially these criminals are not very intelligent. Putting $10,000-$15,000 on a Jonte Porter under rebounds bet is going to get flagged in an instant. It's not difficult to point out.
Wait, Russ, hold on. But no, Russ is very important. You're absolutely right. Talking to Russ, help me here. Hold on real quick. Let's extend this, man, and get this moving. Okay, all guest calls brought to you by. All right, wake up call line in full motion. We got to get our man 216 in here along with our 513 man, Andy Sanzata. Everybody, boots on the ground, as you know. But again, 419 in his heart because he is Rocket alum. Sad man, what's up on the 7th anniversary, sir? Welcome to you today. We got Russ in here, so I'm mixing. Yeah. I'm gonna come to my sentimental on you in a minute. So don't worry. Don't worry. I got some.
What's up, Russ?
Great, man. How you doing?
Good. Sav, I've got internet issues, so if I get kicked out, I'll call in, but I should be okay.
Okay, and I like to recommend then you look at something in a Rocket internet. I don't know if we can get some Rocket in Cleveland. See, Josh is calling. If we can get some.
Yeah, that's a little far.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah,
hey, you never know.
Yeah, just think about Sandman in Cleveland, Russ in Cincinnati. All we need is someone from Columbus. Make the connection.
Well, there you go. But we continue it. So we were talking, like, Andy, as you get in here, Russ and I were just talking about this Malik Beasley thing, the latest deal on the, and the thing is, Russ, for me, it still has to be noted that somehow, because Russ was making the inclination, which is fair, guys are pretty silly, feeling like we're going to get away with things like this. Anything that's, it almost feel like it's paper crime. Let's just call it in a way, right? Just for lack of a better description. Things that are paper crimes, you're definitely not getting any traction on that. Now you're really running out of time with the days of just general assault on the street. You see, we can't do that either. That's already, we got a full, it's a whole television network devoted to people scrapping on the block that you would have never saw ass whoopings that we getting at the volume we getting it now. So, you can't even do that. So the idea, as he said, very strange that people keep attempting things like this, especially stuff that requires people fueling a dishonesty in general.
Yeah. Well, I think I think a lot of these guys are getting caught because the league, even the government wants sports to have integrity, and all the integrity goes out the window when you have situations like this. You guys get guys that are betting on games that they played in, or betting on games just in general in a sport that they play in. And integrity is everything to the fans, I think. And when stories like this come out, it really hurts the league. Obviously, it hurts the players and their reputations. But it's just sad. It's just sad. Like Russ was saying earlier, you don't know what these guys are dealing with on a personal level. And gambling is definitely an addiction, so that could be a part of it. But for it to come to fruition and cost them their careers, you almost have to feel for them in a sense, but at the same time, you got to be smarter than that.
Yeah, let me say this too. Talking to Andy Sands out of here, Russ Heltman is here on this 7th anniversary show, everybody. Here's the thing, and coming back to you, Russ, even in the idea that what we're throwing away, let's say, and to the average citizen, you're never going to make a logical connection in terms of what these guys are earning. And like you said, the willingness to perhaps sacrifice these things. But let's get to the addiction quotient and the possibilities of how your life can be turned upside down for anybody, just even the average gambler who is working at the Chrysler plant. This thing can get out of control if you don't watch it. And so if your lifestyle and the imbalance that can be created by your courageous attempts at again, servicing that addiction, and a guy like Malik Beasley, his millions of salary certainly don't equate to, like we said, a guy like, you're not going to get Luka in something like that, the type of money he's playing with and the elevated floor he's on. Nah, this is never making sense pretty much on any level. So I think that balance of having both present here, and here's my thing is where I'm more of the idea that I feel like a lot of these people are sacrifices in the spirit of what Andy's trying to say, Russ, and what I know you want to still be at hand, and that's the integrity. And I feel like, let me just be the last time. I know it's not true, everyone. The NBA ain't in on it. Cool. Let's pretend for 1 second they were, though. And this meant everything to their bottom dollar, this entertainment train they've managed to cultivate, let's say, right? And you need to offer up sacrifices, just like when they did with snitches. Sometimes you got to offer up certain people to get to the big fish. And in order to avoid getting the big fishes, again, this is what you have. Malik Beasley can get caught. Rozier can be caught. All these things. Sorsby can serve as the NFL's vehicle to pretend as though we really are going to make sure we can never question the integrity here, but we'll just let the officials keep giving you a contradictory perception, though, while all this is going on. Just wanted to leave that there. But go ahead, man. Final responses, man. We can get past it, Russ. But like I said, I know where you at, man, and I get where Andy's at, and you guys are purists where the sports are concerned. I just say there's a place for all of it. Everybody just accept life for what it is. We're getting money, and however we got to get it.
It's definitely happening. It's not like murder is illegal. Murder happens every day. So it's not like there's college players betting on their teams in college football, college basketball. It's happening. But we know that these leagues rightfully have a clear red line on that. And even at the professional level, I mean, the NFL, they treat sports betting at the highest level of punishment, way worse than like being a good family man or treating your spouse correctly or anything like that. Like way more than any moral kind of equity, they put sports betting way higher than that on the punishment level for this exact reason. Because like the bottom line, like you said, Sav, matters the most. And if the bottom line's questioned with the integrity of the game, then nobody's going to watch as intently. There's a reason. I mean, I'm not a wrestling guy, but there's a reason wrestling is not the #1 sport in the country like the NFL is. It's because the NFL, we have no idea what's going to happen this coming season. And wrestling, it's all scripted. And if it starts to become scripted, then people are going to tune out. At a massive, massive level in terms of wanting live, unknown sporting events. WWE is great for people who want to get that kind of scripted entertainment, just like it would be for movies, but it's a completely different thing.
Talking to the fellas, man. All right, we're going to come back one final time, man. It's Black and White on the 7th anniversary show. I got to get in here, too, with this Russ Heltman, man, and this doggone Bengals, man. What's forming there? And Josh, your guys, man, there actually is hope at this point. Sit tight, man. Final time.
The takes are cold. The delivery is savage. Black and White Sports on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Upgrading to a smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly. Upgrading to a smart home? Only Vivint offers a fully integrated smart home system. Every device works together seamlessly. Call Vivint now and get free professional installation, $200 off your initial order, and 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Plus, you can get 24/7 professional monitoring for as little as $1 a day. Upgrade your home to a Vivint Smart Home. For your free quote, call
800-853-6497.
Support serving over 4,000 businesses a month. Go to cumulusdigital.com. A short form is all it takes to get started.
Andre of the Savages here for Mama Mary's Pizza. Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Founded in 1776, the United States is 250 years old. And Mama Mary's Pizza wants to celebrate with a 17.76% discount on the whole menu. 17.76% off your order. Sometimes you're just too tired to make that dinner, so Mama Mary's makes it easy on you and your wallet. Something for mom, dad, and the youngster. Pizza, salad, subs, pastas, and more. Mama Mary's Pizza in Holland on Airport and Holloway.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available.
Call now, toll free, 800-558-5635.
Maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation. Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now.
800-580-6475.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging.
Viagra, $2 a pill, $99 minimum order. Call 800-925-5313.
At
cracks in the road, and sometimes you need help to smooth out those bumps and cracks. Well, if those bumps and cracks are on your driveway or your business's parking lot, then your solution is to call the paving pros at the Genite Company. The locally family-owned Genite Company has been the area's leader in professionally paving driveways and parking lots for over 80 years. Call the Genite Company at 419-531-1791 and, like your neighbors, get those driveway and parking lot bumps and cracks taken care of by the paving pros at the Genite Company.
There's my all-star.
I had the game-winning hit.
Careful, buddy.
Sorry, Dad.
Accidents can steal life's biggest moments. At KNR, we help you move forward and hold on to what matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
Best of all time. Girls love you, men, old people love you, young people love you. You're the best. You're the man. And he's yours. He's yours. He's yours. This bum shouldn't even be in the same ring with you. I want you to show him who you are tonight. Show him who you are tonight.
He doesn't know it's a damn show. He thinks it's a damn fight. Finish this bum and let's go home.
You want to hear the truth? Yeah, I want to hear the truth. The truth is that last time he was damn lucky. Now he's all finished. He's been hanging around doing nothing. Any trainer worth anything wouldn't have nothing to do with it. Now I say, forget this bum. You think I beat him the last time? Do you? You got the decision. Man, I won, but I didn't beat him. He's all wrong for us, baby. I saw you beat that man. Like I never saw no man get beat before. The man kept coming after you. And we don't need that kind of man in our life.
I appreciate all my guys being in here today. John Nowajeski, Monty Features, Andy Sanzada in here, about ready to roll out of here on it before we go. But Russ Helpman has been in the bridge work today, man, making us better as always. All right, I had to get you out of here on Russ, man. Thank you. On this one, Russ. Thank you for hanging out for a couple extra minutes, brother. I wanted you to say something about these damn Bengals, man. And they are very heavy in the conversation, Russ, and the talk is maybe not necessarily expected if you were conditioned to the conversation, certainly of last year, and we'll give it that it was last year. But Russ, they tell us that all this work has been done on the defensive side of the ball, so much so that Joe Burrow comes to the microphone and says, yeah, I feel like this is the best rendition. And I got that electricity that you all should be concerned about. Plan on seeing me into late December. Is it this serious, Russ? And how can that be just like that without a lot of instrumental headlines to sort of tip us off?
I think it is that serious. I was not a believer last year on a team that went 6-11. I thought the defense was absolutely terrible, and it ended up being even worse than I could have imagined. Worst yards per play defense in the NFL, and was arguably the worst defense in the entire league, right up there with the good old Commanders and the Cowboys. But this coming season, I'm a big believer. I like with this record, this schedule that they're going up against, third easiest schedule by last year's win rate against their opponents this coming season, and third easiest schedule by projected betting win totals for their 2026 opponents. If you pair that with a healthy Joe Burrow, which every other year he's healthy, and this is the every other year part of the years where he should be healthy, given that time lapse. And you have the investments in this team, in the defensive line. This is a Bengals front office that's never spent like this before a season. They've never spent to the salary cap. They've spent to the salary cap, but they've never restructured a contract with the thinking of extending guys due to that contract restructure that they did for Joe Burrow a couple of weeks ago for the first time in franchise history. They're going to extend, I think, guys like DJ Turner, extend guys like Dax Hill. Maybe, just maybe, they're learning that it's a bad idea to have angry star players in your training camp. It's a bad idea to have disgruntled star players when you have the ability to pay guys who are really good. And you should just go ahead and pay them before they are mad, A, and before they are eligible to go into free agency and get what they're worth paid, B, in a guy like Jesse Bates, Trey Hendrickson, etc. So I think they're learning from their ways. They've made that final change in the Joe Burrow era, and that's why he's feeling like it's, speaking of the 7-year anniversary, feeling like it's 2019 with LSU. Joe Burrow is, and comparing him to that team, making comments similar to the comments he made in the summer of that year. I'm a big believer. If Joe Burrow stays healthy and the trenches stay healthy for Cincinnati, trenches that offensive line-wise, they were way better last year than anyone gives them credit for, and they're returning every single piece of that offensive line, plus their offensive line coach and Scott Peters, who I think is one of the most underrated coaches in the NFL, and the additions they made on the defensive line with Dexter Lawrence, Jonathan Allen. You pair them with B.J. Hill, a healthy offseason, no drama for Shamar Stewart, a nice prove-it season going into a contract year for Myles Murphy. You get good health out of all that. This should be a 12 to 14 win team and competing for the number 1 seed in the AFC. Big health question going to be the big thing, because we know what happens. First month every year, you just got to cross your fingers and hope he can get through that first month and then get on a roll with that body. But it did not go well last year against Jacksonville. We'll see how well it goes in September this year.
And that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's him. That's Russ Heltman. And that's how it was around here. All right, big dog. Thank you very much, sir. All right. We'll see you down the road on it, man. When we have to call you about Sorsby, don't worry, it's not over.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I'm sure there'll be a follow-up on that. Great being with you guys. Congrats on the 7-year anniversary, everybody. And excited to come back next year. Hopefully we'll make it 8.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you, man. Love you, brother. Russ Heltman, everybody. All right. And we continue, and we will finish it, like we said, in our most exemplary fashion possible with our man Sandman is in here rocking with us. And Andy, let me sort of say this too while I have the opportunity. First, real quick though, let me do this though. Let me thank a few people before I come to you, brother. Obviously, first and foremost, my good friends and certainly trusted and loyal supporters at the Bassett Nut Company and the leader. You recall formerly Rachel Michaels, Gourmet Popcorn. That would be the Rachel Michaels of that. She now sort of runs the ship. Well, she does run the ship at the Bassett Nut Company. And so thank you to her specifically for always standing with me all this time. You know what I mean? And so it's days like this that it becomes very necessary to make that clear to the public. So please support her. She's going through a very significant transition right now. We've talked about the move up the block, everybody. She's right next door to the Verizon store. So please get in there if you might. I would appreciate that. She would. And again, we should all, because she has supported this community for the better part of 20 plus years. This we know. Those are facts. All right. So do that. Again, Bassett Nut Company. Also, too, we spoke about Anthony Butler today. You guys know that each and every day. So don't forget the master barber and stylist. Ladies, you can call him at 419-407-0880. So make sure you do that. Let him know you watch, you listen. And also, my good friends at Powell's Beauty Supply, we often champion the small business in our local environment, and we love it. Small business turns big business. Well, you do it when you do it for over 30, 35 years, like Mr. Powell and his family. So thank you to them. Also, always lifelong supporters, things at Savvy Television. Thank you, sir. Thank you to the family, one and all. And my friends at Consign It Home Interiors, where you can change your decor without spending more, and you can also be life changed by the people that you meet. And that's what I think about when I think about Tony and Jackie and those kind people there who have rocked with me over the course of several shows and several productions. And anytime you saw the lovely decor of Love My 419, for instance, they made that happen. I was just on there to pick the right stuff. So that shows the eye of the tiger that way. And you see, they wouldn't even know. They don't even know what it is. I got the set designer. There's too many skills. Sans out, there's too many skills. But let me talk about a guy that also is greatly contributory to any skills I've really ever been able to show you guys. And it gets difficult sometimes to try to quantify this and put it into context, because this man, along with, perhaps, one or two others, were incredibly instrumental in just the opportunity that opens a door that gives you the projection and gives you the sort of, I guess, visionary component that you are allowed to eventually express. That always has to start with somebody giving you an opportunity to show somehow what you could possibly do. And this is a guy who was involved in a path that could have either greatly contributed to or certainly essentially thwarted and deconstructed, if you will. And basically, in my interesting little journey here, I was very blessed to have been able to come in contact with this man, and we hear him every day. And the thing about it is, man, this guy, man, he's always been this way. You know what I'm saying? And he too, in the beginning, we talk about all the time. Andy being part of that journey in the BCSN framework when, you know, you need appearances, you need engagement with the audience. And Andy was a guy who was in a managerial position at a time, even though at a young age, where he could decide who the people would see. And again, and even despite having times where I know it was, again, we always talk about the bull in the china shop with the commentating thing. You know what I mean? It was rough going early on, but this guy rocked with me. Again, I still love Mr. Frankie over there at BCSN, all those guys, man. And of course, Larry Jacomont, who allowed me the opportunity to even demonstrate at all. And then from there, like I said, Andy giving me reps, allowing me to be in the mix like that to that extent. I can't thank you enough, brother, but I really want to put into most noted context here today how you come and you respect this and you respect what I do and you respect what it is we're trying to do here and the energy you come with, the professionalism. We always joke with people that are close to me, Danny, and you know a few, and they always talk about how Sandman, we know we can Sandman, that straight, that energy, he on straight up, he'll joke with us, but Sandman is always laser sharp on it. He's going to bring you that ESPN edge that you guys want in that, you know, that statistical manner and that very resolute sort of delivery. And I'm serious about these sports. And I appreciate you, man. I can't tell you that enough. You come home at days, man, this man is working. A lot of times he's driving home trying to get in position to get here for us, to talk to us. He'll call in the car, like I said. And it's very difficult to reward these gentlemen for this time and this dedication, man. So Andy, please accept, you know what I mean, my thank yous to the public, man. And I want to have the energy that they can understand what it is and how you guys are, man. And so, you know, like I said, it's never wasted on me, man.
I appreciate the sentiment, Sav. And, you know, it's been a fun 7 years for sure. It's been a more fun 20 years between us, obviously. You know, our friendship goes way beyond the show. People won't even understand that. But it's an honor to be able to come in every day and contribute the way that you allow me to. I thoroughly enjoy it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't, because I do have a very busy life outside of what goes on here on the show, as you well know. I do the best that I can to try to slide it in as much as I can, but if I can't, then, you know, obviously, you know, there's a reason behind that. So I appreciate the flexibility. You know, it's been a lot of fun being with you and Josh over these last 7 years. And I think it's only going to continue to grow from here. It's only going to get better. We're going to be stronger. We're going to be more insightful. You know, there's going to be things coming that we're not ready for yet, but we will be when they happen. And I just am thrilled to see you succeed the way that you have and to be a part of this thing for the last 7 years. It's been a blessing.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. This is what we're going to do. We're going to jump out today, everybody, on some things. And Andy, I wish we talked a little more. We're going to get into it tomorrow, man. Wimbledon starts tomorrow, so, you know, we're going to take off.
Well, it started today, and Djokovic and Sinner both survived today. So
I told you what I tell you. I told you what would happen.
Yeah.
They were just toying with folks.
Yeah.
Let me do this because we up against it here, and I don't know how long this piece is.
It's 30 seconds.
It's 30 seconds. Okay, so we perfect. Of course, she would do it in exemplary fashion. We're gonna close the show today, and because I was hoping to have her on, and we couldn't, just because she had some family commitments that she had to tend to, and she couldn't join us live, and we couldn't put it together before the show and do a pre-tape because I said I didn't want it that way. I didn't want it to be contrived or any of that stuff. So we have comments that we're gonna close with tonight from our fearless leader here at Cumulus and the general manager of Cumulus. Okay, she is none other than Mrs. Dana Demotica. And I told her I wanted to know maybe what she would say, because it's really largely her fault that this is happening. It's gotten this doggone far. She could have cut this off at any point. And see, it's always on edge. You get out of line the wrong way, and you could get that cord snatched. She would do it, right? But she is certainly a lovely lady and a very again, wonderful spirit and supportive one. And like I said, couldn't do it without her rule and jurisdiction. So, as much as you can thank that and appreciate that blessing for having her, and certainly having her on, again, a positive side of the ledger is always good. All right. With that said, thank you, Andy Sanzada. Thank you to everybody who's contributed. Russ Helpman today, Josh Burnham all the time, John Nowajeski, Monty Features, Steve Taylor, Chris Schmidt-Bauer, Jeff DeGraw, again, Anthony Griggs, Cleveland Browns, and all the guests we've ever had on here. I have to give you a name and a list, but I'm not going to flex today. But let me get out of here. These are the words of our general manager, Mrs. Dana DeMonica. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow on the Talk Back Tuesday. Handle your business today.
I just want to congratulate Andre and Josh on 7 years of the Black and White Sports Show. I know that Andre would say I was crazy that we didn't even think we'd get here, but we are, and I'm so grateful for you. And I just wanted to say thank you for keeping our listeners entertained and keeping our sports fans informed and making radio a great place for people to still want to tune in every day. I really do appreciate it. So congratulations on an incredible milestone, and here's to many more years of Black and White Sports, great conversations, and maybe you guys will get a few correct predictions along the way. Congrats, guys.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This